Hi Aries, this is your monthly video for August 2018. So this month we are heading into our last eclipse that happens on August 11th. That is going to be in Leo. We also will be completing our Mercury retrograde on the 18th of August. Mars will continue to retrograde right up until the 26th of the month, and that day is also the full moon in Pisces. So let's tune in, Aries, and see how these astrological transits, and also to see what's in store for you for the month of August. Aries for the month of August. Aries for the month of August. So, beginning of the month, we have a windfall of money that potentially could be coming to you. I see that some of you might be experiencing a loss in terms of a relationship, personal relationship. You might be a bit emotional over that, or you just might be just not fully like in the game at the beginning of the month. Like you might be just a little bit emotionally drained, and that makes a lot of sense because that full moon that happened at the end of July was really difficult for many of us. But I do see, there's some good money, fortune coming to you for sure around the beginning of the month. Some kind of happy change in the material sense. It could be money, it could be maybe some kind of new item, maybe a new car, or something like that. It's definitely a good omen for the beginning of the month. And I also see, despite that, there is some worries that you have just of your future, and just not being patient enough and waiting for your harvest to come in. There's some melancholy, a bit of, reminiscing over childhood memories, which makes sense. I mean, Mercury retrograde always brings some old relationships to the surface. Maybe someone comes in your life from the past. It could be a sibling or a cousin or something like that. So just keep that in mind. Let's look how the solar eclipse affects Aries in August. Solar eclipse on the new moon affects Aries. Okay, so I do see again, financially, you're doing okay. Like you're following your passion. On the personal level, there is definitely some people you are considering cutting out of your life. Even I'm seeing you, maybe breaking away from business relationships that are just not working for you. Anybody right now in your life that's just making you doubt who you are, making you doubt your inner knowing. Anybody that's kind of questioning you and that is making you stressed out, basically, is up for the chopping board in your life. I feel like you're really being strategic and honoring the fruits of your labor and defending the fruits of your labor against such negative people. You are kind of focused a little bit too much on negativity, but that is, there is a reason for that. There are some people that you definitely need to let go of, and I feel like this solar eclipse is going to bring light over the next 6 months to who those people are, what relationships that you do need to let go of in your life. Because you are being impacted and influenced negatively by other people's emotions. And once you realize that, like that, your anxiety and your depression and some of these lower emotions, they're not lower, but the moods that you've been getting yourself into aren't necessarily your moods. You're actually picking up this energy from these people that are around you. So I feel like the universe is pushing you in a direction to kind of really be selective with who you spend your time with. So let's check The end of the month, what's in store for Aries for the end of the month in that full moon Pisces time. Okay, so this full moon does bring some balance. You again really are there's a sort of like a younger woman, perhaps, maybe it's a child, it could be like a teenager, niece, something like that, that is kind of struggling as well, and they're around you. They kind of remind you of yourself. It could even be you, but you know, if you're a younger person watching this, somebody under 20, um, they are telling me that the guides are telling me that you are recognizing like you need to take your power back to kind of make yourself feel better, or teach this person that you could be in a mentorship relationship with about like choosing the right friends and having the right people around you. So this really, this full moon makes you realize like there's no need to rush. Everything is happening on time. Things are coming together. You do need to take more time for yourself away from other people. I'm just going to see if there's anything else for Aries for the month of August. Aries for the month of August. Yeah, so definitely an awakening is coming for you guys. The Hangman card comes out. You know, things aren't going to be perfect around you or in your life, but what the Hangman always invites you to do is to surrender, to accept situations, to accept people exactly the way they are, and find peace within the chaos, without struggling, without striving, without doing anything, just allowing. It's a very beautiful card. In this deck, they call it the Awakening card, so it's inviting you to look at things from a different perspective, and I do feel like you're moving towards doing that with all this eclipse energy happening, and you'll notice over the next 6 months particularly how your perspective has changed in many areas of your life. So let's just tune into the Fairy Oracle deck to see if there's any leftover messages for Aries for the month of August. Month of August. Oh, so this is related to a child, related to a son. It might not be your son, it could be your nephew. The main message here is that your children or your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. And remember, I brought up a young daughter in the reading. It was a Page of Wands. So this son could have more feminine qualities, maybe is a little bit shy or timid, and you worry about them and how they're making out and how they're going to make their way in the world. Like maybe they're starting school next month for the first time and you're really worried. So this is just a sign that there's nothing to worry about. Even though your son might be a little bit more on the shy side or a little bit more timid, that doesn't mean that they're, you know, that they're not protected and they don't have guides or angels around them to watch over them. So I hope that helps you. Remember, this is a general reading, and if you need a more personal reading, you can message me with the information below. Do share this reading, subscribe, and have a good one. I'll see you again here next month. Okay, bye.